What's up, guys? I realize I haven't been posting much riding on social media lately, and I think I'm finally able to give an update on why.
For a front flip! Yeah! The fans out here are the best. Triple tail end. David Lee soaking up this moment.
Life has been a little different the last 2 months since Crankworx Australia. On October 5th, during practice, I was riding the course and I got extremely windblown and had to make a split-second decision to either slam my head into the ground or stick my leg out and try to save it. I ended up choosing to stick my leg out. I firmly believe avoiding a head injury is always the best decision when you can make that decision. When I stuck my leg out to catch myself, I felt an explosion in my knee, something like I've never felt before, and I just knew it was bad. I immediately rolled off course and fell to the ground, grabbing my knee, hyperventilating. The medics were surrounding me, other riders, and then with some help, I got back to the athlete tent and got propped up on the physio table where the doctor was able to look at my knee. After a quick assessment, seemed to be some good news that my knee didn't have any serious looseness and it wasn't really swelling up like an ACL is supposed to do. I ended up going for x-rays later that day just to I guess that's just step one on what you do when you hurt your knee. The next 2 days I sat by the pool, relaxing and resting with no intention of riding the event, assuming my season was well over with the damage done. Finally, the night before the event, I was hobbling around quite effectively, and the event doctor asked me if I wanted to ride the next day. At this point, I in no way, shape, or form thought I could ride, and I thought, this dude's crazy, but whatever, I'll bring my bike tomorrow and see if I can make something happen. The next morning rolls around, and I hobble to the event, get on the physio table, and he massages my leg and gets me loosened up. Until this point, I have not even been able to pedal my bike. Anyways, they get my leg moving to the point where I could pedal gently standing up, very carefully, and then I decided I would just push through the pain and take a lap down the course to see if there was any chance of me riding. Oddly enough, riding the course actually wasn't too bad. It wasn't nearly as bad as walking because you don't have to pedal too much on a Crankworx course. So I think I did a lap and a half of practice, and then I just called it just to not take any unnecessary risk. I was thinking that I would ride the event just to salvage points or whatever and maybe just get some kind of result. Fast forward to my run, I kept it extremely low risk and did a chill run. I think it was fueled from whatever remaining adrenaline I had in me at the time.
Let's pick up the competition here. We have David Lieb, super fired up to be here. Unfortunately, he tweaked his knee in practice on day 2, and he didn't think there was any chance he was going to be able to ride, but he woke up feeling a little bit better today, and he says, you know what, I'm here, I love this course, I love these fans, and I'm just going to roll through and have some fun. Well, he's already got some tricks for us. Bar spin up, suicide no-hander down.
Yeah, it's amazing that this is his taking it easy
Whoa.
run. Flip bar to bar.
What's going on?
This little bar out.
Hey, he said the hardest part is being able to pinch the seat. He's already got 3 bar spins in this run. No, more, he's got 4 bar spins. Right into the truck tail.
Big truck to X up.
I mean,
Put jam on the quarter pipe.
He maybe just took the pressure on himself. We've seen a lot of riders not complete. He could get a good score here.
Yeah, this is maybe where he's kind of laying up a little bit. You can see where some of those hard impacts on the dirt pipe.
Well, if he finishes strong, he may get a decent score. A front flip! Yeah!
He's able to get it all the way around.
If that is your take it easy run, what's up?
Yeah, something interesting I'm noticing.
The next day I was back to square one with pain, probably worse than before. After struggling to pack my bike, picture a one-legged man trying to drag his bike through the airport, followed by a 16-hour flight, no leg room. Then a 5-hour drive back to Santa Cruz, a 14-hour drive to Utah where I stopped at an urgent care just for them to tell me they really couldn't do anything for me, and then a 28-hour drive back to Michigan. Finally, I get home After seeing my family physician, the assessment is that I don't appear to have any ligament damage based on how my knee isn't really loose. However, I do have a severe lack in range of motion. So I get sent for an ultrasound to see what's going on inside my knee, which in total took 22 days to get scheduled. So for 22 days, I was just kind of on my own, struggling, not knowing what to do. Finally, my insurance kicks in. I get to see a specialist who also thinks I don't have major ligament damage and now writes a script for an MRI. The next problem is that the MRI place can't get me in for another 3 weeks. Fast forward, I'm in physical therapy. It's going well. My range of motion is coming back. Strength is improving. And I'm really starting to feel good and hopeful that things are going to be okay. At this point, I'm also able to ride Ray's mountain bike park. I've done some really nice cross-country rides and have been slowly piecing my life back together and getting organized after 5 months on the road, living in a van. On December 8th, the MRI result finally comes back saying I have a completely torn ACL, severely torn meniscus, and severe bone bruising on my femur and tib fib. Despite what 5 different doctors thought was only a sprained knee, turned out to be the worst case scenario. How I was able to ride Crankworx 2 days after the incident is pretty much a miracle. I don't even have a clue. Yeah, so that's what's been going on and why I haven't been on social media very much. I know there's been a ton of people who's had injuries just like this or even worse, but for me this is completely new. I've never really had a serious injury before, so it's all kind of a big learning experience. I'm not sure what happens next. I have to meet with the specialist again to figure out what my options are. And with that said, I still have a bunch of awesome ideas for 2023. I'm not going to let a little knee injury stop me long term. This obstacle will be overcome.